Hello everyone, Tyler Pyburn here of the Pulse Network for NEC Connect. Here to talk with Paul Dabrowski of Innovative Technology Services. And Paul, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So we've been talking to everybody here about the NEC, and one of the questions that we keep talking about in particular is, the particular articles that really affect you. For you, what are the key articles that, in the NEC that affect what you do in your job, in your industry in particular?
Well, I'm involved in training, so really all the articles in the entire NEC and other standards besides the NEC are involved in what I do, so I'm not sure I could pick one specific one.
Talk about your role a little bit more as far as training goes.
I provide training for a number of organizations on changes and things in technology and various standards related to the electrical industry.
Okay, so, it's almost like a follow-up question, but they're all including safety though, right?
Right, exactly. So it all depends on people's interests, what their job entails as to their interest in the particular material we cover.
Now, who do you work with primarily? Are you more from the installers, from the inspectors, from...
They all. We teach open registration seminars. I'm one of the NFPA instructors, so I teach programs for them, and it's whoever's willing to listen.
And there's plenty of people that are willing to listen right now. So let's go back. Talk to me about some of the things. The NEC has evolved so much over time. Talk about how things were, when you first started out, and really how it's changed.
Well, really, what's changed for me mostly is when I first started using the NEC, I was the installer style. I installed equipment, worked on electrical systems, things of that nature. I've evolved over time to using it more from a training perspective, and I'm on a number of the code committees, so now I'm involved in it from a reactionary standpoint as well as submitting proposals and comments myself.
I was going to say, talk about your role now as far as the NEC, 2014, no things and changes and so on and so forth.
Well, I'm directly involved in it from a reactionary standpoint as a panel member, and seeing issues in the NEC, I've submitted my own proposals and own comments to make changes, as well as some of the other documents like NFPA 70E and NFPA 79.
So let's talk a little bit about adoption right now. Talk about the importance. Kind of give me your elevator pitch, if you will, for why some of these communities should in fact be adopting the code for 2014.
Well, I see a lot of changes that clarify existing requirements. So if you're adopting a previous edition, then sometimes you're missing out on things that are now becoming a much more clear requirement. I've also seen organizations that attempt to delay the adoption because of perceived increases in cost. And usually I look at it from if a committee of the National Electric Code statute decided that something was important, who am I to second guess that issue? Now, having said that, I see some states essentially look at that process and they do make amendments. And if they've got an official process to deal with that and sometimes clarify exactly what it means or how it deals with in their area, that may make some sense. But to just delay the process and ignore it, I have a little difficulty with that. So,
excellent.
I support the adoption usually, the direct adoption.
Excellent. Paul, honestly, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. That right there, folks. Paul Dabrowski of Innovative Technology Services. I'm Tyler Pyburn of the Pulse Network for NEC Connect.